my very first celebration evening, which was actually 5 years ago, at the end of the academic year 2006-2007. I remember it well because I'd gone to visit a colleague on the Isle of Wight, and the ferry coming back from the Isle of Wight was late, and I know that staff at the time had a sweepstake on whether I'd get back on time and get to the station in time. I remember getting back into the school on a cab from Kilburn with 10 minutes to spare, and rushing up here with 5 minutes to spare, and then standing here talking about and reflecting on that year, and making an awful lot of promises 5 years ago. Making an awful lot of promises with no great credibility in terms of a track record to build on. And I made promises then about making schools safer, about achievement, about standards, about the core business of learning, about introducing a uniform the following September. I don't think there are any children left in the school who remember we didn't have a uniform now. And so 5 years later, it's quite interesting to reflect on that. And I'm very proud of what we've achieved. I'm very proud of what we've achieved over those 5 years. I'm very proud of what we've achieved this year. And I'm also very proud of what I know Hampstead School will go on to achieve. We started the year, this year, with our best ever examination results in the school's history for the 3rd year running. So for 3 successive years, we've gone up and up and up. And I also know that this year will make the 4th year, when our exam results come in August, that our students will achieve better than the previous year, which I think is a fantastic track record and a real testimony to the hard work and belief of staff in the school. This was recognised last week when I received a letter from the SSAT, which recognises officially as being in the top 10% most improved schools in the whole country. And when I looked at the figures for that, actually I've asked them to go back, because I think we're in the top 5%. They don't do an award for the top 5%, but you know I want it, because I like badges and awards, and I want to put more on our headed note paper. And clearly we're very pleased that we've been recognised as one of the most improved schools in the country, and in the top 10 over the last 3 years. But clearly I think we should be higher than that. But Sue Williamson, the Chief Executive of the Special Schools Trust, said in her letter to me, Hampstead School should be congratulated on this stunning achievement, an outstanding 23% increase over 3 years. There is plenty that other schools could learn from Hampstead School's success. So we're never complacent, but we're very proud of what we've achieved, and we know that gives us the momentum to go on. So we know that 2012 will be the 4th year running that we've broken that record. We already know that in 2012, for the 6th year running, our attendance has improved to the best ever. We know that we're now very oversubscribed, and we've become a school of choice for so many in our local community.
I'm a Tottenham boy in Cricklewood. Have we got any Spurs supporters in the house? Oh, thank God for that. Have we got any Gooners? Yeah! I thought so. The first thing to the young people is to say, continue to aim high. I remember when I was at school, I was 15, doing the sort of beginning to get into mock exams with GCSEs and moving forward for my O-levels. And I spoke to my careers teacher, Mrs. Parker, and she said, look, what do you want to do when you leave school? And I said that I wanted to be a barrister. And she looked at me and she said, look, David, I think that's going to be quite hard. I think you want to be a fireman. Now, guys, I hate fire. And I determined at that point that I was going to prove Mrs. Parker wrong. And I got down, I swatted up, I revised, got serious, and I got those GCSEs. I saw stars. It was like those old style cartoons that day when I got my results. And I've been on a journey ever since. And it is to just aim high. I found in my life, at every single stage, people have doubted what I could do. I couldn't get the GCSEs. I couldn't get the A-levels. I couldn't go to a top university. I couldn't be the first black guy to go to Harvard Law School. I couldn't become an MP at 27. I couldn't be a minister. At every single stage, people say this isn't possible, and you have to prove them wrong. But when I stand up in the House of Commons and I stand at that dispatch box, as I have as a minister, and I think, my God, Tony Blair stood here, Margaret Thatcher, Winston Churchill. If I'm standing on behalf or speaking on behalf of the government as I was when the Labour Party was in power. Why am I here? Am I allowed to be here? All this history on your shoulders. The truth is, absolutely, I'm entitled to be there, because I know more about life, and many of you do in this room, than many of those others on the other side who've lived a very different kind of life. So aim high and keep aiming high. The second thing is to work hard, to practice your skills. Whether it is a footballer, and I'm privileged to have Spurs in my constituency, so I'm down there pretty regularly, looking at what those footballers are up to, practicing every other day at their skill. Being able to stand up here and give a speech virtually without notes is not something that you can just do off the top of your head. It's because of practice. It comes with skill. And I really encourage you to continue to work hard. The great thing about schools is basically what is in your teachers' brains is for free. All you've got to do is turn up and take it. And it's a passport to whatever you want. So continue to work hard. Keep trying is my third thing. Keep trying. When you fall down, stand back up again.
American. Dua Al-Aziza Magoy, Animano Vita Felici, Sia Mia, and the 12 London Girls.